All right, what's up, everyone? We're the Vandybeck Prophecy. I'm Rodney,
I'm Ryan.
and we don't really know what to talk about, to be completely honest.
Well, just a little update. My last day of work was 2 days ago, like I indicated in the last one. I only had a week left, and now I'm done.
Yeah, Ryan is no longer slinging springs
Yeah,
for a living. How long did you work there?
3 years.
I've worked at a restaurant for about that long.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, it was fun. I liked it. I liked talking to people and selling mattresses to people. But, ultimately, mothership. Good job with the silent thing, though.
Yeah, I know. I thought I silenced everything, and I did not.
It's all bougie. But yeah, man, so I've been unemployed for 48 hours now, and it was pretty cool. I did hit a milestone right before I left, though.
Didn't you just get a raise right before you left, too?
No, actually, it was a 25% decrease in pay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I was going to take a pretty big pay cut, and it wasn't because of anything I did. It's just, the company going other directions. Everybody was taking a pay cut.
Yeah.
That was, excuse me, and that was the shitty part. But ultimately, it's a pretty big landmark in my industry when you sell, a shitload of mattresses in a month. And, they kind of base it on the dollar amount, because if I sell 500 $100 mattresses, it's still impressive, but, they're looking at the total dollar amount, not actually how many units I'm selling. So in this instance, I was able to hit $200,000 in mattresses sold for the month of September.
That's cool. 2 seconds. Sorry.
But yeah, $200,000 is a lot. Apparent.
What was it for again?
How many mattresses I've sold?
I wasn't listening.
Yeah, I've sold 200.
That is a lot of money, dude, to sell in just mattresses.
Yeah, and that's in 1 month.
What? In 1 month? What have you made total off selling mattresses? Like how much have you made the company, and then how much have you made yourself off selling mattresses?
Let's see. So for the year so far, because the fiscal year just ended, at the end of September. So, for the whole year, I think it was at $980,000 in a year that I sold by myself.
$980,000 in a year. Okay, but that's not total.
Oh, 3 years?
Yeah.
Probably like $2 million, maybe 2.
Oh my God. Okay.
2.2 million.
Okay, so now, how much did you made? How much have you made in a year, and then total, like personally?
Well, I know my.
I don't want your current bank balance, but
Oh, well, so last year, I think I made just over 70 for the year.
Damn.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a lot.
It was a pretty good year.
Most of that went to your car, though. I'm sure.
Not really.
Heard.
I mean, the car note's like $300 a month. I think I pay $400 just to pay it off quicker. So, if you add all that up, it's $4,800 a year. I think my math's not wrong.
$4,800 a year for.
That's how much I spend on my car.
Okay.
Because $400 times 12.
Yeah.
It's $4,800.
Yeah.
For a year, which really out of 70 isn't that much.
Yeah.
So, but all in all, it wasn't the money, it was a good experience. I liked it, I had a lot of fun, and, the money definitely helped, but ultimately I just need more time to myself,
Yeah, you gotta get your grade point average up to a 3.0, right?
Well, it's at a 3.0. I intend to maintain that.
Oh.
And it's hard to maintain that being
being the number one salesman in ATL. God damn, why can't I say that? Being the number one salesman in ATL.
Yeah, so I wasn't number one by any stretch. There are people out there that are
so you're telling me you suck.
Way better than me. Well, I was in the top 15 for the region, which is Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, Carolinas.
So that's one of the top of ATL.
I guess, but not top 5.
Okay.
I was in the top 15. And I didn't even know
Humble man, I guess.
I didn't even know that, to be honest with you. I got a message like my second to last day at work from the regional president. He said, "Congrats on being in the top 15." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, because I didn't really pay attention to numbers like that. I probably should have. But at the same time, like I said, it was never about the achievements or shit like that. I just like doing it, to be honest. I liked helping people and talking to people. So it was an experience, and I had a good time doing it. It's just, I got a relationship.
Time to fucking go, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it. I was gonna say to some degree, but no, I get it. I desperately want to quit my job. I'm not in school or anything, but like, I hate my job. I mean, okay, no, I don't hate it, and I've probably said this before, but I like it. I like cooking. I like making food for people. I like it when people enjoy the food I make, but I don't like the food that I personally have to make every day. I don't like the way I have to make it every day. I don't like all that bullshit.
No, that's fair. It's something to be said about that. Like, there were a lot of aspects of where I worked that irritated me. The variables that I couldn't control. Like, it wasn't just as simple as I show up and change a couple people's lives and then I got to go home.
Change a couple people's lives?
Yeah.
With a mattress?
You'd be so deep.
Wow, you went from humble to balls out.
Well, think about it. You spent a 30-year life in your fucking bed, so, it can't be life-changing. But ultimately, when it comes down to it, there was just a lot of other bullshit I didn't want to deal with, someone came in and gave me, $5,000, they're like, "Oh my God, I got a new sleep system, dude." And I'm thinking, "Oh, fuck yeah, I'm going to get paid hella money on this." And then all of a sudden, their product doesn't show up on time, or one of the delivery drivers punches a fucking hole in the drywall in their house, or, maybe a combination of those two. And shit like that it just fucks with me. And it makes it hard for me to do my job. Like, I feel like I could have had way more than just $980,000 for the year. I feel like that if I had none of those variables bothering me, all my deliveries went out without a hitch, I'd have been way better. I'd have made way more money. I mean, it's just, there's things to harp about, but again, not the reasons why I chose to leave, because again, I was dealing with all that shit for a year.
Yeah.
So I just left because fuck it.
I mean, you are trying to get another job.
Yeah, but after I'm done with school.
Yeah. So. And you have the finances to do something like that. I don't.
Fair enough. I've definitely accrued money over the course of the last 3 years. I'm bad at saving money. I'm real bad. Well, here's the thing. I've gotten a lot less frugal over the years. I used to be the kind of person that I'd roll the fucking windows down so I could save money on the gas that it costs to turn on the AC in my car.
That's stupid.
I know. And it was incremental at best. I was saving myself a few bucks a month, and even then that mattered to me. But, once I started making good money there, I started thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm making a lot of money that I really don't need. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start treating myself because, why not? So fuck it. If I go out and spend $100 on dinner, so fuck it. If I, go buy myself a new TV, just a little shit here and there that I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. Well,
your ass is non-existent.
Fair point. But also on that note too,
your ass
not having a job is allowing me to have more time to focus on my health. And
I thought you were going to say sitting on your ass.
Getting in good shape. Well, I'm going to be doing a whole lot of that. But it will give me an opportunity for me to put more focus into my health. Because so far, I go to the gym all the time, and I've been on a diet now for how many months has it been since February? 7?
was like, don't ask me that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's 7.
I don't even know what day it is.
Almost 8 months. I don't fucking know. All I know is I've been on it for a while, and that's helped me lose a lot of weight. But I'm also trying to be smexy. You know what I mean?
Super mexy? I don't understand.
Trying to look fucking hot.
I get it. I know.
Yeah, I'm trying to be fucking hot. You know what I mean? Trying to be built. So this will give me the opportunity to continue doing that and, actually have an ass again because I lost my ass. Not that you would know, pervert.
Oh, I don't even... What? How does that apply?
You're the one who said I had no ass.
Well, you don't.
Exactly. You'd only know by looking.
You can't shame me for looking at your ass.
Like, you can't get upset with me because I'm jealous, okay? You know, the same philosophy. So, like, I remember Kevin said this to me once. So Kevin said this to me once, and this is the weirdest thing, because you know Kevin, not really one to ever, like, look at women or, want to, I mean, he's got, like, one girlfriend, doesn't really have interest in things of sexual nature, doesn't really care about that stuff, and doesn't really, like, he was the kind of person where, like, if you were standing next to him and you looked at some really, really attractive woman walks by, and you're like, dude, look at her ass.
He's going to be like, no.
He would just flat out say no.
He'd look you dead in your eyes, but no.
He would just say no. Or better yet, you'd be like, dude, that chick, she was so hot. And he'd be like, yeah, she's pretty.
Or he'd be like, dude, what? He'd be like, stop being gross.
Yeah, he will avoid words like hot or sexy or anything like that. He's always beautiful or attractive, things like that, because it doesn't offend people. But I remember one time he caught me off guard because he's been dating this girl now for a couple years, and I remember we were at a restaurant or something, just grabbing dinner. Pretty sure it was a fucking Chili's.
Fucking Chili's.
But we were at Chili's, and I remember we were eating, and then the waitress walked by, and I saw him look at her ass. And I remember just being in total confusing. I was like, she must have something, like a stain on her pants or something. That's why he's looking. And I was like, what the fuck are you looking at? He's like, I was looking at her ass. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Kevin, no.
And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, and he's like, what? Is it against the law to look? And I'm like, no, but, I mean, I was like, but you got a girlfriend. I was like, I thought you didn't do shit like that. He said, look, man, just because you're on a diet doesn't mean you can't look at the menu.
That whole story for that dumbass little punchline.
It's not, you know what?
I appreciate it. I
got a fucking kick out of that. Mm-hmm. When he said that, and now I find myself saying it all the time. Now, granted, I'm not really one to...
I'm not going to comment on that.
Well, I'm
not allowed.
I'm not one to gawk at women or anything. But it's just, it seems like the phrase is just so damn funny. It is. And it's a true statement. I mean, you can apply it to a lot of things. Like if you actually are on a diet, Granted, looking at the menu when you're on a diet, it doesn't do anything but make you upset.
I mean, that's what happens when you're married and you look at somebody that you'd rather have.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like if you're married to somebody and you're looking at something that you would prefer,
then you didn't marry who you wanted.
Kind of didn't marry the right person.
I mean, yeah, that's obvious.
And to be fair, like I think there's some stupid fucking statistic like 70% of marriages end in divorce.
I don't know.
It's some stupid metric where it's like you're more likely to not make it work than to actually go the distance. Like it's more rare to see people that have been married for 40, 50 years than it is to see people who haven't been through at least 2 or 3 spouses.
You know what? Let's look that statistic.
Yeah.
That was difficult for me. Let's look that fucking statistic up.
Look up them stats,
many marriages
end in divorce. Make sure you put in America, because it's the only stat that matters.
Pretty sure in most other countries, they just kill the wife or spouse when they decide not to get married.
Okay, well, it's
or
not
divorced,
like...
I mean.
Okay, England is not some savage fucking country. They don't just murder people in the streets.
I'm not talking about England.
Oi, you want to divorce me? Die. And then they just kill him? I don't think it works like that.
That was a bad accent.
I'm not good at that kind of stuff.
You're more like the dude from Police Academy that can do all the noises.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I do voices and I'm not that good at them. Anyways, so it's about 40 to 50% of married couples in the United States end in divorce.
Okay, so maybe not as exaggerated as I thought, but I know it was a large percentage. I mean, like fucking half. I mean, that means there's a 50% chance that you're going to make it or you're not going to make it. I mean, I feel like it'd be lower than that.
No.
Well,
Why?
no.
Well, because you got to think about the fact that
The goal would be for it to be lower than that.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that grew up either with the idea of like, I gotta marry the first person I fall in love with, or they either grow up with that being implanted in them by like someone else, or they grow up with it, especially now with it being with like love and everything being so romanticized now, like with all the movies and shit that show like perfect life and everything, and all the social media of how like everybody shows how their life is so perfect and everything, and it makes all these little girls and little boys want that forever, like, yeah, like when we were growing up, like I always thought that like when you find someone you love, you should marry them and then you should wait to have sex to be married, whatever, blah blah blah. I grew up religious. I'm not religious anymore, but like now, I'm with the same person I've been with since I was in high school, but like we took a break for 2 years in between that time, and we're back together and everything. So like I still am kind of that way, but at the same time, like I know I want to be with her forever. There are some people that do what I did and then end up like, no, I made a mistake. I don't want to do this anymore.
Well, and the funny thing is that literally what you did is like the same thing as what I did. I was with her in high school. We separated for a while, and then we found our way back to each other.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I want to spend the rest of my life with her.
Yeah.
And
we both used to give each other shit for that.
Hell yeah. I would say, I remember there was a period in time where I told you not to fucking talk to me again because of that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It was some dumb shit where you
Yeah, I never did that to you.
You chose a hoe before a bro. Fucker.
Well, I chose love, bro. I chose love. No, I mean, it was a mistake at the time. Like, it fucking, whatever. I don't know what to say about that necessarily.
Well, this was like, what, fucking 8 years ago?
Yeah, and I was in a really bullshit relationship. So, like,
okay, you even have to admit, back then, the shit was toxic.
Yeah.
I mean,
Very.
The shit was toxic. I mean, granted, you guys have grown rather comfortable with each other now, but back in high school, the shit was toxic. I mean,
I was a little bitch.
And I can't even say, what me and Ansley had before, when we first dated. Mm-hmm. It was fucking toxic. And I think that was the only reason it was like that is because we really didn't know each other all that well when we first started. And over the years, we just got to know each other a lot better and, came to terms with things a little bit easier, and it just, made things easy.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I don't think anyone should ever settle. And then, like, by all means, like, if you're with somebody you don't want to be with, then fucking, don't stay with them. But like at the same time, like, if you, whether with marriage or not, if you've made a commitment to the person, then like, you should do your best to make it work.
No, I don't disagree.
But I still understand the whole point with people that like fucking that number is honestly, it surprises me that the number isn't higher.
I thought it would have been higher, but honestly, the goal is you want it to be lower.
Well, yeah, but like at the same time, humans aren't meant for like lifelong companionship. Really think about it. Like when let's say 1,000 years ago, like humans mated just to survive. They'd have an offspring so that way their clan would live on. You know what I mean? And maybe 1,000 years is not long enough, because like, let's think, there was a point in time, okay? I'm not smart enough to know the timelines, but there was a point in time where humans needed to mate to survive because there weren't enough of us. Now there is way too many of us, but we've also grown to be more prone to staying with one person for our entire lives, but like we're genetically designed to want to fuck every female that we find genetically. Okay, maybe not fuck, but like we want to like our primal brain, some part of us deep down, when we see a perfectly suitable mate, we want to do that. You know what I mean? And like it's not like a direct thought, but like it's like an urge. It's that urge that like kids feel like when they love someone. No, it's not love. It's like you feel an urge to mate because we're all primates. You know what I mean? Like I didn't mean for the simile, but like we're not designed for it. We've just grown to be more like it, possibly because we've started to realize that there's too many of us, possibly just because for some reason we listened to a book that tells us that that's the way we're supposed to be because some guy wrote it that way a long time ago. I'm not trying to crap on any religion in any way. I'm just saying, like, some religions are whack to some degree, you know, like, but anyways, it shouldn't be either or, you know what I mean? Like there shouldn't be a it should be this way or it should be that way. It is kind of what it is because it's something that we made up. Marriage and staying with one, monogamy is something that we made up.
I mean, I guess I can agree. I mean, here's the thing: if you take the concept of marriage and you just, I don't know, throw it in the fucking trash, and you just like, yeah, I'm with this person and I'm gonna stay with them until I'm not.
I'm not throwing it in the trash. I'm just saying, like, I'm very monogamous. I would never cheat. You of all people know that. Like, I would never do that.
Yeah.
But I still believe that like monogamy is not a natural thing for humans.
It's all about a mindset, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, what's really natural? What's really not natural? Not everything that we make and do is already on this earth. So, like, realistically, you know, so like, yeah, when you put it that way, whatever. But like, I'm just saying that I don't really know. Like, it's the number is irrelevant, basically. The percentage of marriages is irrelevant that have ended in divorce or whatever. Like, nobody should ever base getting married on that, and I know that wasn't the point, whatever, but like, yeah. I don't even think humans should strive to have a lower divorce rate because like it's,
to me it seems like one of those kind of things where marriage was almost an idea created to make people feel better.
Make them feel better and make them feel less like
well, it's almost like a trust thing, right?
It's the commitment. It's like signing a loan with somebody.
Yeah. It's a symbol.
It's knowing
of
this person's gonna be here. I don't have to worry about them.
Yeah, it's knowing that no matter what, this person's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I definitely get that,
which I understand. It's just
that goes along with tribalism and shit, which is basically what I was saying.
Which is pretty much all it is, though. It's literally there just to make people feel better, which is fine.
Yeah.
It does make me feel better. I mean, I'm just
I don't
being
really
honest.
give a shit either way. I mean, yeah.
I mean, either way, it is, it's irrelevant.
I plan to get married. I always wanted to get married, but like I don't really care. It's a piece of paper. I know that I care about the person I'm with. I know she cares about me. And I know if she ever does anything to hurt me intentionally or if she cheats on me, then it's over. She knows that too. Like the boundaries have been set. I don't need a piece of paper to say, even if you cheat on me, I can't leave you. Like, but I'll do it. I'll do it to prove that I'm committed.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, that's it makes sense. But backing off the topic of marriage and divorce.
Well, I mean, we're getting to that point in life to some degree.
Which is weird.
It is weird.
Yeah. As you guys probably know, we're still basically kids.
Basically, I mean, we're early 20s.
Yeah, I was about to say, we are, we're youngins, so it's a turning point at the moment. But anyway, let's get on to something else, something more fun.
Yeah,
like games.
So, okay, actually, speaking of games, let's see here. I don't have anything pulled up. I should have had this pulled up beforehand. Cyberpunk 2077. We're going to talk about that a little bit because it's coming out very fucking soon. So we're not the type of people to do like I don't think we're gonna be the type of people to do like reviews and shit of games. We're really into games a lot. If you don't know this at this point, at least every episode we're talking or playing a game. Well, this is only the third one, but you know we'll get there, and eventually this will make more sense. Cyberpunk 2077. If you don't already know what it is, get with the fucking times. All right, it's one of the hottest games about to come out. It looks.
It does look. It looks pretty good.
It's like the best. It's like what GTA's always strive to be.
Fair enough. Which I've never really been. Oh my fuck! Well, I've never really been a big GTA person. I mean, granted, I played a lot of GTA growing up.
Every kid does. It's like a rite of passage for our generation.
Our generation.
Yeah.
Say kids nowadays are not allowed to play that shit, but
we weren't either.
Yeah, but we did it anyway.
Yeah.
But
they do it too.
I played GTA 4 a lot. GTA 3, San Andreas, Vice City especially. Played the shit out of all those games. But I never really played GTA 5.
I played the crap out of GTA 5.
I know. And I don't know. Never really got into it. Now, I know Ansley loves GTA 5. And I'm just, it's okay. It was never worth me picking up and dropping hours of my time into it, and never really.
I spent too much time. I have so much stuff in that fucking game. I have all the shit that anyone cares about except for the newest stuff up to the beginning of this year.
Yeah,
which is a lot.
I feel that. Oh my god. But no, I'm just hooked on Apex, dude.
Well, fuck you and fuck Apex. We'll get to Apex later. Cyberpunk 2077. What is there to talk about with that? So,
waiting on you, bro.
So, Cyberpunk 2077 just announced that they're going to be doing 6-day work weeks ahead of launch because they're pushing the fuck out of that game to get it out.
I mean, shit, they teased it like fucking 2 years ago.
I mean, it's been in development for quite some time. Well, actually, you know what? How long has it been in development? Because I don't remember. You know, Cyberpunk 27 is based on a tabletop game. Yeah, like Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh. I would have never guessed that.
Yep. It's with same name, sorry. It's a tabletop game of the same name.
Interesting. Well, I mean,
7 years. 7 years of development. They teased it 2 years. So that 2 years ago. So that means they are grinding right now to get this fucking game out. And that is fantastic news for people like us.
Yeah, I could really use a good RPG, to be honest with you. I mean, I've played a couple good ones in the last few years, but I don't know.
Like, it sucks for their team because apparently the devs fuck, how do I say this? The devs broke a promise I haven't actually read this fucking article, so you know what? Let's just read the article. Cyberpunk 2077 developer CD Projekt Red has told employees that 6-day work weeks will be mandatory ahead of the game's November 19th release date, even though the studio has repeatedly and explicitly promised it would never do that. On 2 separate occasions in 2019, studio co-founder, I don't know how to say that, told game journalist Jason something how it would address crunch, once even saying that we want to be more humane and treat people with respect. It seemed pretty clear for excerpts like this that, okay, you know what? It's not good news for the development team and everyone working there, but it's good news for us.
I agree.
Sadly.
Well, yeah, I mean, someone else's hard work is always going to benefit somebody else.
Yeah, that's how that shit goes, son. Just like our hard work hopefully goes to benefit you listening.
What are we going to call people that listen to this?
Our acolytes. No, that sounds bad. I don't know.
I don't like that.
Well, you know what? Let's let them decide. If we get enough people listening to this, they can decide what they want to be called.
Okay.
Fuck it. Throw it down in the comments, wherever they may be. This is going out on lots of platforms.
Wherever the fuck comments are.
I swear to God, I've muted so many of those notifications.
Yeah,
They just keep coming through.
Yeah, I know. Bastard. Might as well just crank the volume up.
Okay, so, well, Cyberpunk 2077, that's coming soon. That's fantastic news. Okay. What else is there? What else is new that's coming? Like, Avengers came out. Did you play that?
Fuck no.
Dude, it is all right. A little disappointed with it.
From what I heard, it's a big-ass grind fest.
It's a very big fucking grind fest. The story's great, though.
That's what I heard.
The story's really cool.
I just heard that the campaign isn't very long.
It's not.
You'll just beat it in, like, a good 2 solid days of playing, and you're done.
Something like that. I haven't beaten it yet, but I know it's very short, and then once that's done, it's just kind of endless grindy missions that aren't very fun and are just there to level up your characters. And
I had somebody describe it as very similar to Destiny 2.
Yeah, it's a lot like Destiny 2. Destiny 2 is boring.
Yeah, well, it gets repetitive.
That's what I mean.
That's just the hard part. It was like the first Assassin's Creed game.
Nah, dude, I beat that game so many times. It's never boring to me.
Are you kidding me?
I loved that game.
You were doing the same shit for like 9 hours.
It's so fun.
It's like Shadows of Mordor again. Another
that is one of the most repetitive games out there.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. I mean, the game was good. Don't get me wrong. The concept of it, I thought it was cool as shit. But still, they just,
Okay. But motherfucker, Ryan fucked up and did not tell me that the recording had stopped in the camera because for some reason we can only record in 30-minute segments on it. So, yeah, there's a huge chunk of this that's just going to be my pretty face.
Yeah, probably.
But anyways.
It couldn't have gone off that long ago.
Just reset the damn timer.
Oh my fucking God.
And while we wait for that.
Well, it's going to take me 3 fucking seconds. Just give me 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do a stopwatch this time. Maybe make it a little easier. Because apparently my other thing does not work.
Okay. Coolsies.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
What else is coming out? I heard that that horseshoes and hand grenades game was coming to PSVR.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
You don't know what that is?
Fuck no.
Horseshoes and hand grenades. PSVR. Hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades.
Okay. Hot dogs. Horse. And hand grenades.
Nope, I was wrong. I don't know. I don't know who told me that, but somebody had told me that hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades was coming to PSVR, and it is not.
You know what's a VR game that I've seen a lot of?
What?
That I really wish I could play? It's called Zero Caliber.
Zero Caliber, what is that?
Look it up. It's...
Don't tell me to look it up, bitch. Tell the viewers.
God damn. Okay, so Zero Caliber is like this really fucking intense VR game. It's like a war game kind of thing, but it's like super fucking realistic. And if you ever watch like Merp TV, he plays it all the fucking time, and it's really funny.
Well, it appears to be coming to PSVR.
You're lying.
It says 2018 Zero Caliber preview PSVR Rift Vive.
That's what I'm saying, 2018.
Zero Caliber PSVR.
Okay, well, essentially, the game is just really fucking cool. You can go out and do missions, and it's like I said, it's just a really, really realistic VR shooter, and it looks really fucking fun. And
there was one that I saw on in the PS Store last night. I cannot remember the name of it. 2 seconds. It is...
Take your time.
I'm sorry. It's called Warzone VR.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's like $14, something like that. Ah!
You keep dropping your shit.
I know.
Anyway. But yeah, no, so Zero Caliber, it just looks like a lot of fun.
This looks like Warzone VR.
Oh, okay.
This is what Warzone VR looks like.
And I tried playing that whatever, what's it called? Firewall Zero
Firewall
Hour.
0 Hour?
Yeah, but I don't have the
Dude,
gun.
it's so good with the gun.
I just don't have the gun.
You gotta buy the gun.
I know. I just don't have the gun. I downloaded the game for free because it was a PS. It's a PS thing.
It's so like even without the gun, you can still kind of feel like because like you hold the controllers as if you're holding a real gun.
No. That's the problem. You can't play the game with the Move controllers.
Oh, you can't. You have to.
It's either the gun or you use a regular controller. And
yeah.
And that's really fucking discombobulating. Where you're just holding the controller and standing up and you're moving. You're like, it's hard to get fucking used to. I tried. Because you still have to use the controller to aim your fucking gun and stuff.
It's because it only tracks one light.
Yeah, I know, and
you need both controllers to be able to move.
It's so fucking stupid.
Why did they ever get rid of the Move controller aspect of the PlayStation Move? Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, they didn't get rid of it.
No, they got rid of the Move joystick. Like, okay, so PlayStation, it was basically like the nunchuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have that anymore.
I still have the Move controllers.
I know, but you can't. I didn't mean Move. I meant on the VR because the PSVR is basically the Move, but with VR. So like, I wish that they would have basically allowed you to have the nunchuck of Sony with the PSVR because that would make your life so much easier. Just put a little fucking light on the end of it and just have a joystick and a trigger. Like that's all you need.
That'd have been pretty
Maybe
cool.
D-pads.
Yeah.
And then no D-pad on the right one, just X, triangle, square, and circle, and then L2 and R2.
Make it like the Wii remote. Where
Kind
you had
of.
that piece you plugged in and it had an analog stick. So you could run around and had a trigger on the analog stick. You remember that?
No. That was the nunchuck.
Yeah, from Wii. I just said that.
That's what I've been talking about the whole time. It wasn't called the nunchuck for Sony. They had something like that for the Move, but they don't. I think. I might be wrong. I thought they did.
I don't think so. I don't think they do. Or at least if they do, they don't have it anymore.
I'm pretty positive they did, but yeah, no, they don't have it for the VR. And that's what sucks. They just need to figure out a VR with a goddamn joystick because, like, obviously the damn what are they called? The movie, Ready Player One.
Oh yeah.
They don't have the Omni treadmill, so like that's not a thing at least for people like us, you know. So like,
Well,
just put a fucking joystick on it.
They are a thing. I mean, you can definitely go buy one. It's just, you know, you got $5,000.
That's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, it's a pretty big upfront cost.
Not to mention they're probably really buggy and probably don't work well with VR games.
Well, if you were going to get one of those, you would not use it with your PlayStation. It would not work.
Hell
like,
no.
There's probably like 3 games made.
And
that
they're
work with
only
the fucking
for
thing.
the top of the line VR, probably.
Yeah, and you have to have like probably one of the most badass PC systems possible. You got to
the
have
Omni.
you got to have
the fucking
the
what is
brand,
that called?
the brand new Oculus or the brand new Vive, whatever the fuck. You got to have all that stuff. You know, you got to have all the best of the best, latest and greatest. And even then, your options are still very limited.
What is that mega PC? That's the fucking the Switch, the PlayStation, the Xbox, PS4, Xbox One, PC, Switch, and VR all in one.
I've never heard of that.
You've never heard of that?
Fuck no.
Dude, I think it's called the Oracle.
The Oracle. Okay, well, I've heard of Oracle, but I didn't know that that's what that was.
No, that's not the name of it. The Big O. That's what it's called. Wow, how did I forget that?
The Big O.
Yeah, it's fucking $2,700. This would be the only thing that could probably run something like that. It's got a top of the line PC. It's a PS4. It's an Xbox One. It's a Xbox PS4 Pro, Xbox One X, and a Nintendo Switch.
Man, how pissed off are people going to be
When that PS4 Pro breaks,
or when the PS5 comes out, and now all
oh
of a
no,
sudden,
they're gonna make a new one with the new consoles.
oh, and that one's going to be
This is like
$27,000.
the only thing that doesn't change is
the PC parts.
well.
When the Switch, because they have
Kind of the
new
PC
Switch.
parts because the PC just gets upgraded. Like they upgrade the capability of the Big O every time new hardware comes out.
See, but that's the thing. That's always the hard part about.
It's a fully customized fucking gaming setup.
But see, but what sucks about like PC gaming, and part of the reason why I haven't switched to PC gaming is just the mere fact that like the idea of spending a shitload of money getting a
$600.
okay, but getting a badass setup like that. And
Well, the whole setup is over 1,500. Over 1,500. Probably well
yeah,
over.
but people will drop fucking $4,000.
I know. I'm just saying my whole setup is over
Yeah,
1,500.
people will drop fucking $4,000 on just the computer part.
I know, and I wish I would have done that.
But the thing is though is that you'll drop all that money, 2 years, they've already got new shit that's
No.
came out bigger.
It doesn't mean your shit's obsolete.
It doesn't mean it's obsolete, but it means that you will have to upgrade at some point, and you do upgrade more often.
Same thing with
than
consoles.
Yeah, but consoles like once every what fucking 7 years.
You can go the same time with a computer.
$500 for 7 years of good times.
You can do the same thing with a computer.
I guess.
Like,
I don't
and
know.
not to mention the fact that computers, like, as things upgrade, it's never like the whole system, the whole hardware never upgrades.
Well, I understand.
at one time. It's always like the GPU, the RAM, the power supply. It's all those things. They improve one at a time over time, and then you can, with a computer, as long as you have the right case, the right casing, you can replace all of those parts effortlessly. Like, especially if you build your own computer. So basically, you're spending at most $500 to upgrade your computer once every, at most, 2 years.
Yeah, because sometimes those like new graphics cards.
At least 2 years, I should say.
Well, the graphics cards,
Unless you're
alone
burning out
are
your
like
graphics cards.
$800.
No, I mean, they can be that high.
if you
but
if
like,
you go newest.
but if you're going newest and top of the line, then it's not going to go out in 2 years. It's going to take 5, 6, 7 years to go out. I'm just saying, like, with computers, they end up costing you less, and the games end up being a lot cheaper because you can, like, Steam has the sales all the time. I'm just saying, there is a great benefit to going to PC, but consoles will always have that instant
Ease.
play factor.
Well, it's just
Like, pick up and play factor.
well, it's just the ease. Of
Yeah,
it. You
that's-
don't
yeah.
have. I mean, you literally go to the store. You
you
drop.
buy it, you buy some games,
you
you're
drop,
ready to play.
Yeah, you drop $300 on the console. Drop another 100 on 2, maybe 3 games. Go home.
You're ready to fucking play.
You spend 1 day downloading all 3 of
Oh,
them, and
now,
then,
yeah.
and then you wake up the next morning and
You
it's
play
time,
your games.
It's time to game.
But like with a computer, you buy it, you have to set it up, you have to make sure you download all the shit right, you have to make sure you put your virus software on there so nothing fucking happens to your computer, your antivirus, sorry. So nothing happens to your computer, you got to make sure you do everything right. It takes time to upgrade, download. You may have to do some shit with your computer if you built it yourself, or like if you bought a pre-built computer like I did. I bought an HP Pavilion, and it's the HP Pavilion gaming desktop, whatever. I know it's bad, but
You
like,
got it on Black Friday, I remember.
well, yeah. No, I got it. It's from Black Friday, but I got it after Black Friday. I bought a laptop for a friend for Jacob on Black Friday. But no, this HP Pavilion it's a gaming desktop, but it only came with 8 gigabytes of RAM, so I had to buy a new RAM card. Luckily, it has 2 slots, so I was able to turn it into 16. And like that whole process, I had to learn what RAM was, where it goes in the computer, how to put it in, how to take it out, what it all means, what will actually make my computer faster and better to be able to play my games. So yes, it's a process, it's a learning process, but ultimately, when you're on a PC, you have that freedom, that you don't get with a console.
Well, plus another factor of it too is that like with a console, I can go to my house, plug that bitch in to my 65-inch TV, sit on the couch, and just play fucking video games.
I mean, technically, you can do the same thing with a computer. You just need a table. You need a tray, or
That's-
you just need to plug in your controller.
and that's another issue is that
Yeah.
you have to have like a
A
desk.
desk,
You have to
yeah.
have a good setup. Whereas like in my room, there's no good spot for me to set up a
Bullshit.
desk.
Your room is bigger than this. Like
Yeah, but I don't have like corners and shit where I could set it up.
you could. You do. You have a desk right now that you could put a nice gaming setup on.
Yeah, but dude, my desk is
I
like
could literally design it for you, and then you could just buy the stuff.
dude, my desk is like this wide. I mean, no shit, here to the end of the fucking table. It's not big
Your
enough.
desk is wider than that is. Are you talking length? Because this is length in a desk.
I know.
So, like, are you talking width? Because your desk is wider than that is, and that's perfect.
Well, my desk is thick,
yeah.
but it's not very wide. And on top of that, when you sit in it, because of this big ass fucking drawer,
Yeah, that drawer sucks.
you're kicked off all the way over
Dude,
to the
you
fucking
could literally
right.
get the same desk that I have and then put it where your desk is.
Yeah, but then there'd be this big fucking L.
So what?
But because then you can't walk past
Whatever.
it.
You're just making excuses.
I'm just saying. converting my
You're
shit
not
over.
a PC gamer.
Well, I could be
Yeah.
someday.
I
And
wish
know
you
what?
would because like we could fucking play Minecraft again, dude.
You can play Minecraft on the PS4.
Yeah, but do you have it on your PS4?
Are you shitting me?
Oh, that reminds me. So I meant to bring this up when we were talking about VR. Did you know VR is now supported in Minecraft on PlayStation and all major VR platforms?
That's weird. I can't imagine.
You know how fun that's gonna be?
I don't know.
Dude.
I feel like I'm gonna get motion sick.
No, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna try it out tonight. In fact,
Here's the thing. VR is pretty cool. Like, I play the fuck out of Beat Saber all the time.
yeah,
That game's a whole lot of fun.
it's great.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. And I've also played, Five Nights at Freddy's, Help Wanted.
I know.
Played that a few times.
Oh, I'm honestly excited for the new books and games, so that way Game Theory can do some badass theories on them, bro.
Yeah, I watched all those game theory videos.
I know you're part of the reason why I watched all of those, and it's thoroughly great. I love it.
Yeah, you definitely get sucked into the lore really
You
quick.
really do, like, especially the way that MadPat lays that shit out. Like, he's literally step by step, and the whole time you're just like, oh my god, tell me more. Even when he gets the shit wrong, you don't fault him for it. You literally just keep moving on. You're like, yes, keep giving me more. Tell me more wrong shit so you can tell me the right shit later. Give me more content.
It's because of his. I guess what he's saying is backed up by so much validity. You don't even care.
Yeah,
You're just like,
he's doing so much research and shit.
yeah,
like
you're
he could spin it any way, and I'd believe it.
You're like, tell me,
Just
great
just
wizard.
speak to me.
Yeah, tell me, great one. Tell me all of your information. Pass me your secrets.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I could eventually be a PC gamer. Just not right now.
Man, I
someday.
made I was gonna say I made the switch, but like I've always been both Sony and PC. That's always been my thing. Is like Sony consoles and PC. Now it wasn't always my thing, I should say, because like it wasn't until I got into high school. But once I got into high school and we met, PC was forever a part of me. So like I had to get a desktop at some point, and I finally did that, and now I finally have a decent gaming PC setup.
Yeah, whatever happened to your old laptop?
That's the one that I brought in earlier. Yeah, it's over there.
No. The old laptop.
Oh, you're talking about the big bitch,
The big bitch.
the original HP.
The OG, you mean?
The fucking Envy, the HP Envy made everyone envious.
Whatever that fucking $1,700 laptop that you fucking had was.
That's in the other room. It still works. As much as it ever worked.
Oh yeah, overheating problems. That thing was a fucking tank back in the day.
Dude, the thing was amazing.
Yeah,
It's a fucking champ.
that fucking PC right there is
That
like
thing can heat up a fucking 700 square inch room.
square foot.
Square inch, 700 square inch room.
You're like, yeah, that's not that big.
No, yeah, a 700 square foot room for sure. Easy.
Yeah, dude. Like that. That I almost attribute our friendship
To that laptop.
to that fucking laptop.
And
Because-
your Steam account that had Amnesia and Fallout and shit.
Well, dude, I remember because I had like some shitty like $200 laptop from Walmart, and I had this big idea. I was like, I could play games on a computer now.
No.
I didn't have any concept.
Literally, our friendship started with my laptop, my 17-inch, $1,700 HP Envy that I got for $500 at Fry's on clearance. That was already 4.5 years old. That I got for the first year of high school, and then your Steam account that you thought would be viable with some bullshit ass Walmart laptop that was your mom's, and it was already at least 6 years old, and like
Yeah, that thing was that okay. So
that
yeah.
started our love for horror games and for like you being the man in the chair.
Yeah, because like I had watched PewDiePie and Markiplier when they first started play Amnesia,
and you're the reason I started watching YouTube videos like that.
And I thought the game looked so fucking cool. I was like, I want to try it. And then I downloaded Steam because I was like, oh, I can play games on this fucking thing. Are you kidding me? So I downloaded Steam, made an account and everything, and saw Amnesia on sale for $3. And I was like, what the fuck? I can spend $3.
This was when it had like just recently come out.
Yeah, it was like maybe a few months.
Markiplier was only like halfway through his actual playthroughs of it. PewDiePie was only No, I think PewDiePie. No,
No,
it had been out for over like a year or two.
Well, something like that, because
we watched PewDiePie's whole playthrough before we bought it.
Well, I shit you not, dude. When I watched PewDiePie's playthrough of that game, he didn't even have webcam turned on yet. He was just playing with a mic. He didn't even have video camera. I mean that's how long ago that shit was. Tiny Box Tim and
so
Barrels.
great.
Yeah, no, and
Tiny Box Tim, Barrels, and fucking what was Stefano.
Yeah. And no shit. Yeah, I watched him play it. Saw it was on sale for $3. I downloaded it, and then it was the weirdest thing because like my computer, I would try to boot up the game, and I could hear it, but no visual would come through.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure out why. And then I looked it up, and it was like, oh, you have to have like a GTX or like a NVIDIA
some bullshit
GeForce whatever minimum to play the game. And I looked and I'm like, well, what graphics card do I have? And it was like HP Family graphics card.
HP Family
HD graphics.
It might as well have been a fucking Famicom.
Dude, I couldn't even fucking run Minecraft on that damn thing.
Dude, oh man. And then I came along with my big ass fucking monster of a computer. What? Like not even a powerhouse, just a fucking heater. It's literally a heater with a screen on it.
I remember because we used to have to prop it up
on its side, put a big ass box fan next to it.
Yep, and use a fucking monitor cable.
A box fan was my cooling fan for my fucking laptop.
Yeah, and dude, we booted that shit up because I was so excited to finally like actually play the game and not watch somebody play it for once. That with no. Yeah, let me bring you back for a second, okay? Now for people listening, this isn't gonna mean shit to you, but Rodney, this better hit home, okay? So think about it. It's 2012.
Oh my god.
It's 2000.
It's 2020 now, so that was fucking 8 years ago.
It's 2012. Okay?
God, that feels like so long ago.
Yeah, okay, so 2012. You would get off the bus at the same time at my house.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the first time.
Yep. You're wearing fucking shitty, dingy sweatpants.
I don't even remember what I was wearing.
And a t-shirt. And I remember we go back to my house, and you open up your backpack. Holly shows up. She delivers 2 boxes of Pop-Tarts, a bag of sweet Chipotle jacked Doritos.
Dude, the fucking Chipotle jacked! They got rid of those so fast!
The Chipotle jacked Doritos.
Oh, those are the best Doritos ever made!
And 2 family-sized bags of jalapeno Cheetos.
And fucking like 2 cases of Voltage.
And 2 cases of Mountain Dew Voltage.
Oh, man.
We prop up in my room. On the couch, you set up your TV on like some weird fucking stand.
This is like jury rig bullshit.
Yep. And we're chilling, playing. Lights turned off, scared shitless. My sister flings the door open.
And I almost hummed the fucking keyboard at her. I remember that.
You threatened to kill her.
I legitimately got so scared I picked up the fucking keyboard and almost hummed it at her.
And then we got so scared, had to go downstairs to the basement, played some pool. Talked about going to play airsoft the next day. Never did.
Never fucking went to go do it. And here it is 8 years later, and I finally played airsoft for the first time this fucking year, and I got so into it. I have so much shit now.
And here's the thing. We still haven't played together.
We still haven't fucking played. Airsoft is what started our friendship. So, like, I'm not proud of this, whatever, but, like, so Ryan and I met in middle school, not elementary school, 6th grade. We met, I recognized him as a friend. He did not recognize me at all. Okay, so like I
had no friends.
It was field day, and like field day's a thing in Georgia. I don't know about anywhere else, but like, you know, you go out into a field with a bunch of your friends, peers, whatever, and you do a bunch of like sporting events, kind of like a mini Olympics for school. And so field day,
we met in math.
7th grade. Wow, you remember that shit. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, it was math. It was right next to Miss Tucker's room.
I don't remember anything from middle school, really.
Yeah, it was this really shitty room, and I remember the first time I ever saw you wearing some dumbass orange vest.
Probably.
Yeah, and had this weird, you look like a blonde cigarette butt, because your hair was real fucking tall. Like, you know, you ever play Tekken?
Yeah.
You look like Paul.
Paul? I don't remember. I don't know who that is by name.
If anybody knows who Paul is, that's what he fucking looks like.
Okay, so anyways, so we meet in sixth grade, whatever. Ryan moves away for seventh grade, but like at the end of the year in sixth grade, we had field day, and our friend Josh and me and Ryan were all sitting there and on a blanket of some kind. It was like the end of field day, and we had like all this time together. And Ryan drops the fucking bomb that he's moving to where was it? Fucking North Carolina for seventh grade, whatever. And
well,
I was like,
thought I was moving permanently.
well,
So.
and so like I was like, all right, whatever. I'm never gonna see him again. He's like one of the funniest people I had met at the time. Blah blah blah. So go the whole seventh grade. One of the worst years I've ever had in my entire life in school. Like
I can agree with that.
Not has nothing to do with Ryan whatsoever. I didn't care about him this much at this point, but like. I literally had the worst year of my entire life, seventh grade. Well, not entire life, but because now I'm an adult and like have been through way worse shit than then. But so Ryan ends up coming back for eighth grade, and we're in the same science class together and shit. And like I am dating this girl by the end of the year, whatever. And we go into high school like that, and shit happens. We break up, and I'm on the bus like crying my fucking eyes out, and Ryan couldn't give a shit less about me because he like I was super annoying in eighth grade apparently. Anyways, I was hated by most of my school, so it was just kind of the cool thing to do to dislike me. I'm sure I did something to deserve it, but I don't know. So
I think it was just your cockiness.
I don't know. I don't remember being very cocky.
You thought you were the bee's knees.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I remember you talked about how great you were.
Really?
Yeah, all the time.
I don't remember doing that.
You were one of those kind of people where if we talked about something, you always had a way to chime in to say how you were better at it.
Well, I am better at a lot of things than most people.
Yeah, and you made sure everyone fucking knew that too.
I genuinely don't remember that, but I guess that's a good example.
Not also to mention that you would make these wild claims about how great you were at everything, but like you'd come to school wearing like fucking like ripped and torn fucking like ripped and torn fucking sweatpants and these dirty paint stained fucking shirts, and
because I worked.
Yeah, well, I understand.
In middle school,
and you'd be all fucking sweaty and shit. And then
I was doing manual labor.
I understand, but other people didn't. You have to understand.
I was the weird kid.
You have to understand. People looked at you like you were some fucking weird.
I had a job.
Yeah, you're fucking 12 and had a damn job. But like that was the thing. Like people didn't understand that. All they looked at was just this sweaty, dingy, dirty, beaten up fucking guy who claimed he was god tier at everything. And you're just like,
I don't remember any of this, but that's crazy. Okay, so anyways, we go into high school and blah blah blah. I break up with the girl, and I'm crying on the bus like a little bitch. No, I obviously not. She broke up with me. I'm crying like a little bitch, and Ryan decides to come over to me, and he's like, "Hey, you want to like hang out or something or whatever?" And like we start talking, and we start talking about airsoft, and I'm like, "Yeah, dude, let's go fucking play airsoft this weekend," and like all this shit. And then I come to his house. And as we said before, that very long story was just to explain airsoft is what started us being friends. And then I went to his house with my computer, hung out with his family, and they've become my second family.
Well, dude, and I remember, and this is going to sound really shitty.
Just saying.
This is going to sound really shitty. But I remember it wasn't even my idea to ask you to come play airsoft.
You're terrible.
It was my mom's idea. Because I remember I was like, oh my god, this fucking guy on the bus is annoying the shit out of me. All he's talking about is how fucking depressed he is. And then I remember complaining because the guy I went and played airsoft with all the time, this guy named Noah, he didn't give a shit about it anymore and wouldn't go play with me.
Yeah, I remember.
So I had no one to play with. And then my mom had this bright idea, why don't you ask him to go play airsoft with you? You know, it gives you someone to play with, gets his mind off shit, whatever. And I was like, all right, I guess. And I remember I was so hesitant to ask you if you'd come play because I felt like I was immediately going to regret it. I thought to myself, I'm like, this guy annoys the shit out of me for 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes every fucking day.
Because we sat next to each other because I knew him.
And I'm gonna board myself up in the fucking car with this guy. I'm gonna hang out with him all fucking day at an airsoft arena for like 9 hours. And on top of that, I'm like, I know he doesn't have fucking airsoft shit, so I'm gonna have to let him borrow my shit.
Hope I don't break it.
Yeah, hope to fucking God he doesn't break my shit, burn through my stuff. And then on top of that, also just to cap it all off, just to make sure that I wouldn't fucking hate myself and waste my weekend. And then you ended up coming over and
Literally, I one thing I remember, I don't mean to cut you off, but like I remember when I came over, like the whole thing was to play airsoft, whatever. And then one day, like I think it was the day we were supposed to play airsoft, we didn't go, but like we went into the backyard, and like I do remember in this moment, I was cocky and I was like, yeah, I can run 16 miles an hour or whatever. And you were like, oh yeah, outrun me shooting. And then I did. You tried to shoot me with your fucking pistol, and like Ryan, it was very accurate. Don't get me wrong. It's not like
I hit you a few times.
No, you didn't. Your dad is the one that hit me.
Oh, that's right.
Ryan's dad's ungodly fast at shooting and very accurate. But Ryan grew up shooting, so like he's very accurate, even shooting airsoft guns, because like that was his thing that he liked to do. So like I was like, all right, I'm gonna fucking see if I can outrun your bullets or whatever, and I did. And like that's the only instance I can remember being super cocky about anything. But yeah, we fucking.
Well, it was. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was all that talk about parkour,
Dude,
that pissed everybody off.
But I am good at it.
I understand, and good for you, you know. And but the thing was is that everyone knew Rodney as the dirty parkour guy.
What the fuck?
and that's why it made it so fucking hard, man. And here's the thing. It's not like I was popular either.
No,
okay?
You weren't.
By no fucking stretch of imagination.
You didn't even become popular until we got older.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. I didn't. And here's the thing. I can even go as far as to say that in senior year, when I was at my peak, I wasn't even that popular. I just had a group of friends, and a lot of people knew who I was and didn't mind me. I wouldn't say I had a lot of friends. I just had a lot of people that we knew each other, and that I didn't bother them. But even then, for most of my fucking childhood, I was bullied. I was picked on just as much as you were.
Yeah.
But it was for different reasons.
And you looked down on me.
And that's what I'm trying to get at here. I, by no stretch of imagination, was popular, nor was I not bullied. But I somehow still saw myself. I was like, well, at least I'm better than this guy. I'm way better off than him.
Oh,
man. and that was the hard part. And there's always something to be said, Like I've heard people make jokes all the time. They're like, "Oh, if you're popular in high school, you're gonna receding hairline. You're gonna be some fat, gross loser by the time you're in your 40s."
High school.
But then the people that weren't popular are the people that are gonna get, grow up, get rich.
I was technically popular.
Well, you had a group of friends. There were multiple moments throughout the course of high school where I didn't want to be your friend.
I remember.
Because it was like freshman year, you were some innocent kid. Like by the time junior year came around, you were like fucking doing all kinds of weird
stupid
shit.
I was doing way too much.
And eventually you snapped out of it.
I don't know. I can genuinely say that I don't know what happened. But
well, to be honest, if you want my honest opinion, it was around the time, because I remember there was just like a 6-8 month period where I just really didn't talk to you. I would kind of ignore you a little bit. Mm-hmm. You come sit next to me at lunch or something, and I'd just be like, yeah, okay, I'm going to go to the library now. And because you didn't want to go to the library, so that was the easiest way to get away from you because you wanted to go outside.
Yeah.
And I remember one day you eventually just, oh, no. It was at Walmart.
Oh yeah, when we were pissed off at each other, we saw each other at Walmart.
Yep. We bumped into each other at Walmart. I was with my mom and you were with your aunt, and we were just roaming around on Black Friday or some shit, and we bumped into each other. We talked for probably about 10-15 minutes. You called me later that night and we had a conversation, and then at that point I pretty much just straight up told you, I was like, look, the shit you're doing makes me mad uncomfortable. I don't want to be associated with that. I don't want to be around you. I don't like it. And then you started to kind of freak out because you were like, holy fuck, it's gotten a lot worse than I thought. I didn't realize it was so bad.
Yeah.
And then you started making strides in the right direction. I started helping you, started hanging out more.
I hope at least someone has stuck around till the end.
Yeah. Well,
if you have, we love you.
You want to call it there?
Yeah. We're going to go ahead and call it today.
All right.
It's been great. It's been great hanging out with you guys.
I was about to say, it's been pretty fun.
You know a little bit about us.
We had a lot of reminiscing today, and feeling very nostalgic right now. Now I kind of want some Chipotle jacked chips.
They don't make them anymore.
They haven't made them in fucking 10 years.
They're all, no, like 5 years, but they're all gone.
They're all gone. The only ones that they kept were the fucking Buffalo Ranch ones, and they're okay.
Yeah, no, the Jack chips now are nothing compared to what they used to be.
No.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We'll talk to you later.
It was lit. See y'all.
Goodbye.